Hello students! Today we are going to be looking at creating a model and an equation for a word problem. Let's get started. We're going to read the important information, highlight the important information that's going to help us find our model. Then we are going to analyze the problem, figure out what operation we need to do, and create our model and equation. The cost of 3 pencils is 96 cents. Each pencil costs the same. What is the cost of 1 pencil, P? P is what we're going to use to represent our variable, or what we're trying to find. So let's read it one more time and highlight the important information. We know the cost of 3 pencils is 96 cents. So I'm going to highlight that. We have 96 cents for 3 pencils. Then it says each pencil cost the same. So each pencil is equal. They cost the same amount. Then it asks us for the cost of 1 pencil, P. So I'm going to highlight that in green. What is the cost of 1 pencil? So we know the total, and we know that there are equal groups, and we are trying to find out how much is in just one of the groups. So I wrote down all of our important information right here. Let's review what we know. We know that there are 3 pencils, which means that there are 3 groups. And the total was 96 cents. So we know 96 cents was our total. Each pencil cost the same amount, so that means that all the pencils were equal. There are equal groups. And then we know that we are looking for just 1 pencil. We're looking for how much was in each group. So because I see equal groups, that tells us that we are either going to be multiplying or dividing. And because I see that we know what our total is, and that we are going to be breaking our total into 3 groups, we're taking away the total and putting it into 3 groups, that tells us that we are going to be dividing. Okay, so now that we're dividing, we know that we have our total, and that should be what is in the very top of our model. So we have our total, which is 96 cents, and we are breaking that total into 3 different groups. There's 1, 2, 3 groups. And in these 3 groups, we know that we are looking for how much 1 pencil costs, which is why there is a P in every group. We have pencil, pencil, pencil. We're looking for how much is in just one group. In order to figure that out, we can model our equation a couple different ways. One way would be to start with what our model tells us. Start with what our total says. So we'll begin with 96. And we know that we are breaking it into, or dividing it into, 3 pieces. 3 pieces. And that is going to give us P, however much is in one group. Or we could do this one other way. We could set up our problem another way. We know that we have 3 equal groups, and inside each of those groups is the variable P, or the cost per pencil. So we could write 3 times P, or just 3P, equals our total, 96. Either way you write this would be correct. Let's try one more problem. A gardener is planting 6 rows of apple trees. Each row has 15 trees. How many apple trees will he be planting? A. So remember, A is just what they're letting us know is our variable in the equation. So let's highlight some important information now that we've read our problem. A gardener is planting 6 rows of apple trees. So I know there's 6 rows. Okay. And with 6 rows of apple trees, in each row he has 15 trees. So each row has 15 trees. That is important. So we're going to highlight that too. And how many apple trees will he be planting? So we're trying to find out how many apple trees he will be planting in all. So in one row he has 15, he has 6 rows, and we want to know in total how many apple trees will he be planting. So I have written down that information right here. So what we know so far is that our gardener has planted 6 rows or 6 groups, and each group or each row has 15 trees. So there are 15 trees in each group. And we are trying to find out the total. How much did he plant in all? How many trees did he plant in all? So I'm going to go ahead and draw my 6 groups. I have 1, 2, 3, and 6. And now we are going to, in each group, we are going to write how many trees were in there. So in this group there were 15. In every single group we have 15. And what model does this look like? It looks like this would be our multiplication model. And we are trying to figure out, once we have all of these together, we are trying to find our total, which was A. So now that we found our model, we know that we are going to make our equation to match, and we're going to start with our 6 groups. And what operation did we say? Multiplication. What's the other number in the problem? 15. So if I multiply 6 by 15, I should get how many apple trees there were, or A. And now we're done. We found our equation, we found our model, and you're going to be doing a few more of these to practice.